Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Alan Snowy Perry from IENA, and we're talking today about our American Summers program. And on the line on Zoom, I have two wonderful directors here from Camp Sloane. I've got Rhino, who's actually a fellow Aussie, and we've got Rue as well with her little bub. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm so excited for you to tell us all about Camp Sloane and let all of our internationals know about your camp counselors and support staff that you look at hiring each year through us. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Snowy. It's so exciting for us to be here. I'm Rhino. I'm the camp director here at Camp Sloane YMCA. We're a fantastic camp located in Lakeville, Connecticut, about 2.5 hours north of New York City. But as Snowy said, I am Australian. I grew up just outside of Melbourne in a itty bitty tiny little town, and 23 years ago, I made the decision to come and work at a summer for a year, and here I am, still all this time later. So it's fantastic. I've been very fortunate, Snowy. I've managed to be able to work at three different YMCA camps here in the States, and now Camp Sloane is home for me. So I'll let Rue introduce herself as well.
Hello, I'm Rue. I am the assistant camp director at Camp Sloane. This is Leo. He's a little fussy, so I very similar to Rhino. I started my camp journey. Sorry, I started my camp journey as a camp counselor. I'm from England, and just fell in love with it, and now I'm here full time, and still going, and just never left.
With a family.
With a family, yeah.
Exactly. Well, look, why don't you guys tell us about Camp Sloane and give us a rundown for all those people that are looking for an amazing summer camp experience at Camp Sloane YMCA.
Yeah, wonderful. So we are definitely a what we call a traditional camp, and what that means is that we offer activities across a full spectrum of different summer opportunities. So it's everything from water activities like being a lifeguard, or to instructing swim lessons for our counselors, to arts and crafts and fine arts and performing arts and culinary arts. And we also have an equestrian program, all of the sports and athletics like basketball and soccer and volleyball and tennis and all of those kind of things that you can imagine doing on the fields. And then, of course, we all of our boating activities, water skiing, canoeing, kayaking, sailing. We run an awesome crew program here as well. And then our adventure activities, things like climbing tower and zip line, mountain biking, outdoor cooking, and outdoor survival skills. So there's definitely a lot of things that we do here at Camp Sloane. We're a co-ed program. We have about 400 kids and 130 staff actually. So and maybe Rue, if you want to talk a little bit about where our staff come from.
I will give it a go. Got a screaming baby here. Sorry, Rhino, what did you say?
We were just talking about where our staff come from and kind of where we find our people.
Yeah, so we hire staff really from all over the world. I think this past summer we had staff from 22 different countries, something like that. So a lot from Europe. We had some Australians, we had some Kiwis. We had staff from Mexico, Colombia. We're really a very multicultural place, and we look to create a really diverse environment with our staff.
Definitely. What age? Yeah, definitely. What age is typically your staff? Are they sort of 18 and over? Is that how it works?
Yeah, so we obviously recruit a lot of our American staff through our camper ranks. So usually they start at about 18 years of age, and as they're going through their college years, so from 18 to about 22. For our internationals, we really do follow what our international agency friends from American Summers that they require, and so for us, we look at 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, but we even have some staff that are in their late 20s and even early 30s as well. So what we're looking for is people who are going to be amazing role models, and who have the passion for being outdoors and that spirit of adventure, and for people who would love to work with kids and have some great hard skills that they're able to instruct and teach our classes.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of the kids that come to Camp Sloane, what's the age group and how long are kids at camp for?
Yeah, so we have our overnight camp, which is rising 4th grade, so like 9 years old, up to rising 11th grade, so 15 years old-ish. We have a day camp that starts at rising K, which is, I think our youngest kids are 4 years old, so really little. Most of our kids come for 2 weeks. We have 4 2-week sessions, and then we have a one week session. But the majority of kids come for 2 weeks, and some stay longer. You know, we always have those kids that are there. It feels like they're there for the whole summer, and they just absolutely love it, and they just don't want to leave. And yeah, but most of them come for 2 weeks, so you get a new set of kids every 2 weeks in your tent.
Awesome. With your staff, what sort of time frame do you do for staff training? So the kids come for 2 weeks. You do staff training beforehand, and then tell us a little bit about their roles. Are they are they bunk counselors, as they call them, general counselors, more activity counselors? Tell us a little bit about the staff that you look for.
Yeah, for sure. So we actually do a lot of training with our staff. We really think that it's important to make sure everyone feels comfortable as they're entering that first day with their campers, that they feel ready. So we start out with our counselors if they're doing a certification course, like their American Red Cross lifeguard certification. Maybe they're doing a US Archery Association certification to become archery instructors, or even if they're doing the ropes course training and certification as well. So we'll spend about 6 days doing certification for people, depending on what activity area that they instruct in. And then we also do a general orientation, which is about 10 days, which is a pretty long orientation in terms of summer camps. And it just helps everyone get prepared, so that they know, what the expectations are, what all the policies and procedures of Camp Sloane are, how the daily schedule runs. They learn about all the traditions and all the fun and the songs and the games that we teach at camp, which are really all important part of the counselor experience. And then, from there, what we do is we have our counselors who live in our bunks. Now, our bunks are really cool because they are raised platform tents. So essentially, they're cabins with canvas walls, and it's kind of neat. I mean, when I say tents, it's not like Snowy, like what we would think about with laying on the ground with a little thin mattress like this. Like these are like big rooms that you can walk into with shelves and bunks and all that kind of stuff. And so they hold 8 people. So essentially, like I said, they're a cabin with a canvas wall. And so all of our counselors, their primary job is to be a tent counselor. And that means that they would have their own group of about 6 or 7 kids, who's that little family group. And they are the adult who's responsible for that group of that little family group. They're the mom to make sure, or the parent to make sure that, is the kid brushing their teeth, or are they changing their clothes? Are they eating well? Are they making friends? All these types of things. All the things that a parent would want to make sure that the adult who's looking after them is looking out for. Then they are the cool role model, and like the cool big brother or big sister when they just need to give that kid a high five and just say, you are so awesome. The way that you encouraged your friend to climb up the tower, that was amazing. So to give them that high five, and then sometimes you need to give them a hug. Kids might be sad. They need an adult around to comfort them when they're feeling sad. And sometimes they're their coach as well. Like if the kids need a little bit of extra guidance or help with something. So, the counselors play so many different roles in that tent counselor role there. The other cool thing that we do as well is that all of our counselors have a secondary role where they are activity instructors. And in that case, they are really paired and matched up with an area that suits them. So, if they are someone who has a really strong aquatics background, they might be working on our waterfront as a swim instructor or a lifeguard. If they have a strong boating background and then they have a water ski, like they most likely will be paired up to work on our lake as one of our boating instructors. And, if they've got a equestrian background, this kind of thing. So during the day, if you like their day job, they get to instruct in the activity area that they've had all their training in. And that's, that their passion. And honestly,
Yep.
it's amazing because, you come from wherever it is that you're around the world, and you might have a passion at home. Maybe you've got a huge passion for the theatre, and so you come and you get to teach performing arts to kids at camp. So it's pretty awesome. And then of course we have our amazing support staff as well, and these are our strong and hard workers who work in our kitchen and in our maintenance department and in our office, and provide a lot of the behind the scenes work that is really the most critical to making sure that camp kind of just happens and that it flows well. And things that that we don't always think about, like who's emptying the trash cans around camp. It's got to be done. Someone's got to get
Yep.
that done. So we have some of our support staff who do a lot of behind the scenes roles that are just absolutely critically important, and we love them.
Yeah. Yeah. And with the staff, I guess one question I always get from folks is like, oh, if I'm going to be an activity counselor, do I get, is it going to be boring? Will I get chance to do other activities at camp and learn other skills? How do you incorporate those?
Yeah, so within our activities, like for example, if you get hired to work in athletics, you generally won't just be teaching one sport. So we really look for people that have kind of a set of skills, as opposed to like, I've only ever played soccer, in my life, and that's the only sport I play. Or in adventure, we'll train you on outdoor cooking as well as how to run the climbing tower. So you get kind of some variation within your activity. But we also, the way our program works is that you teach 3 activities in the morning and the kids come to you, and then in the afternoon you actually spend your time with your tent and your village. So we have a free swim period at the pool or the lake, and then we do an activity that's called tent bonding time, which is where each tent group gets to kind of choose something different each day, and that's where counselors really get the opportunity to try different things. So they can, they might go and do a raft building class, even though they work in the arts, or, they might go on the zip line with their kids, even though they work at the barn. There's a real opportunity to try lots of things. And then we also, between sessions, staff have some kind of free time on camp, and we really encourage them to go and use the other activity areas, go and take a boat out on the lake, go and see if the adventure director will open up the giant swing for you, like really take advantage of the stuff that we have, and go and have fun. Don't just go and sit in the staff lodge.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm assuming the support staff as well, they all get the opportunity to try these as well. So it's great.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, we try and arrange for the support staff, because they have slightly different schedules, but we'll try and arrange for a pool party, or, so that they can go on the zip line. We want them to be just as much a part of everything as the counselors are.
Yeah, definitely. Look, besides working, obviously time off and whether it be during the day, evenings, or a day off here or there. Tell us a little bit about Camp Sloane's policy and what you organize and can help organize for time off and those type of things.
Yeah, so for us, we have a small and mighty season. We work really, really hard for a short amount of time. And everyone works 6 days each week. So you'd have 1 day off scheduled each week. And it's a 24-hour period. So it's a great opportunity to, if you want to get an Airbnb or a hotel nearby, or even make a hasty trip down to New York City for the night, you can definitely do that. There's some adventurous and ambitious people who make that happen every summer. But we do have that scheduled 24 hours off every week. Then we also have every session we'll do an evening off, which is a great opportunity just to run into town, maybe grab a pizza or an ice cream, or if you need to, run to a store or whatever to grab any supplies you need. Then that's an option as well. And we do provide transportation for our staff on their time off. So we have a really good sign-up system where people can kind of pre-register for a trip into town, and just to make sure that they're included in the van runs. And we have some local runs to our small villages and towns around us, and then we also go to some of our bigger service towns, and that's if you want to go to Walmart or something like that. So we bring people in a very important part of the cultural experience here in the
Exactly.
United is
Yep.
to go to a wall. But you Target, or sometimes you need some of those bigger outlets, and so we do provide every single day. There's transportation running around all over the place that staff can sign up for. The other thing as well is that we also have downtime, which is kind of like your breaks during the day. And every day looks a little bit different, but usually for most counselors, is that there's a couple of opportunities during the day, even if it's like to get a half an hour or 45 minutes, run to the staff lodge, like, grab their phones, jump onto the Wi-Fi, call home, whether it's, using WhatsApp or, FaceTime, whatever it happens to be, get on Insta and make sure that all their friends are still posting and whatnot. So, there's opportunity each day for that to happen. And then usually in the evenings as well, once the kids have settled down and they're in bed, is that we'll have a couple of staff on a rotation that will be in the village just to watch over, and then staff can take just a couple of hours in the evening again to just run and relax. We'll run to the staff lodge and relax a little bit, because it is important to recharge and to have that social time at camp as well. And as Rue mentioned, that time in between our 2 week sessions, there's generally a good chunk of about 8 hours there on that Saturday afternoon where people can just be at camp and just relax. Again, it's important to decompress, because camp life, it's busy and it's hectic and it's wonderful and fun, and but at the same time it's important that we have some self-care as well, and just look out for ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about some of the special events that Camp Sloane does, and why should folks come and interview with you through the American Summers program? Why should they come and have an interview and come work at Camp Sloane?
So every year, we have in each session, we have a theme day. So those are like these big special events that we do with the whole camp. We have Olympics, we have a carnival, we have what we call Sloane Cup. So it's all kind of, you're split into teams. It's a huge deal. I believe for Sloane Cup, the blue team have won 3 years in a row. So, and then we do, cultural things. So 4th of July, the last few years we've been doing a parade. So we decorate all our vehicles. We go down to the lake. We have some fireworks. There's so many things that we try and do to, give people this cultural experience. And 4th of July obviously is one such example. I think in terms of, why people should come and interview with us, I think firstly the tents is something that makes us really unique. It's something that is different, and I think the other thing about us is we really are the staff that we have. Everyone says every year that it's so bonding. Like everyone is so close and supports each other, and I'm sure that's the same at a lot of camps. But myself and Rhino, our goal, is for our staff to have an incredible experience, because if they have an incredible experience, our kids will too. And I think, we see the staff as like our kids. So they're here to look after the campers, but we're here to look after them. And I think it's really important that they know that they're coming to a safe place where people care about them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Rue and I have got this competitive advantage, right? We've both come through an international program, so we know what it's like to leave our family for a summer and to take this adventurous risk and go off to a summer camp. And so, because we've done it, we know the best way to be able to treat our friends that are coming from our international countries. I've been very lucky to be able to visit and talk to so many camp directors from all over the country, and I still think that we do it the best. We really, really look out for our international friends, and our support staff. They're like, I just have a soft spot for our kitchen staff and our maintenance staff and our office staff. They just work so hard, and they don't have the glory job at camp. And so, my goal is to try and look out for them as much as possible. And Rue's definitely the same. We're kind of the mom and dad of camp, and or for our counselors as well. So for any of the moms and dads that are out there, or the parents that are watching of the 18, 19, 20-year-olds, know that your kids are going to be really well looked after when they come to Camp Sloane. This is our professional full-time job, and we really do look out for our staff just as much as we look out for the campers who are here. We've got a responsibility to make sure that everyone is cared for, that they're being safe, and that they're being well looked after as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, look, and that's a big chunk of us leading into getting you to camp as well with the American Summers program. Look, if you are keen to interview with Camp Sloane, it's a really easy process. Just sign up to the American Summers program, complete your application form, and let us know during your interview if you're keen to have an interview with Rhino and Rue at Camp Sloane. We can certainly tag you and send you across, so you can certainly set up your first initial interview with them. Alternatively, our platform allows you to research through all of the camps that we work with, and you can choose Camp Sloane as one of those camps and reach out and say, hey, look, I'd love to have an interview with you, and go that route. I know that for Camp Sloane, besides looking after them, with our program, it's a minimum of $2,000 US, but I know that with Camp Sloane, you've got the opportunity, you can earn more and a little longer programs as well.
Yeah, for sure. This is something that we're really proud of, is that we are able to be able to pay more than what American Summers requires as the minimum. So for a counsellor who is here for our longest contract, which is 9 weeks of camp plus the training period as well, because we do actually pay for training, is that they will expect to be able to make just around about $4,000 for the summer. And I'll let you know a little secret: it will be higher in 2024. But I can only tell you what it was in 2023. So, for some of our staff who are here on a shorter contract because they don't have just quite as much training, they're not doing the certification, they'll still expect to earn a little over $3,000 for the time that they're here. So, this is another perk, another benefit to working at Camp Sloane YMCA is that we do pay more than the minimum required, and that helps because we understand and we appreciate that people are making huge sacrifices just to be able to get here, and having to arrange flights and visas and all these types of things. So we know that there's an expense to getting here. We want to make sure that folks feel like they're appreciated and they're able to go home with a little bit of money in their pocket at the end of the summer as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, look, anything else that you guys want to share about Camp Sloane? Anyone's keen? Obviously, your website is great website, so they can jump on and check that out, and look around camp and videos and so forth that are up on your site.
Yeah, for sure. Camp Sloane, it's SLOANE. So it's got an E on the end. CampSloane.org is a great place for you to find out a lot of information. And then Rue, you can talk through our socials.
Yeah, so we have we're pretty active on Instagram. We do have a TikTok, but I'm not very good at it. We have a lot of videos on our YouTube channel. All of our socials are Camp Sloane YMCA. So you can start them. We have a lot of videos on our YouTube that show what it's really like at camp. On our website you'll find a tour video, so you can really see around camp. And then on the staff pages on our website, there's a video from other staff and talking about what their experience is like, because we can talk about how awesome it is to work at Sloane, but it's better to hear it from the people that have done it.
100%. Perfect. Well, look, I just want to thank you both for your time this afternoon, or my afternoon. So thank you so much. It's lovely to jump on and reconnect with you guys. I'm really excited to help you find some amazing international staff as camp counselors and support staff, and look forward to supporting you guys for summer 2024. So thank you so much for jumping on with us.
Oh, thank you, Snowy. Thank you very much to American Summers and Iana, who are a great partner, and we hope that we'll get to see a lot of your participants here this summer and every summer. Actually, we love it. We love our international friends.
Marvelous. All right. Thanks, guys.